Story. Tilda Midoriya Pov Tilda. I slowly started to wake up to the sun shining on my face, and I began trying to move my arm. Why can't I feel my arm? I opened my eyes and saw Ochako sleeping in my arms. Right. She's my girlfriend. She's my girlfriend. I smiled down at her and sighed. How could I be so lucky? A couple of minutes passed when Ochako started waking up. Mochi, she said and smiled in her sleep. She really likes mochi, huh? Maybe I should get her some. After all, she did made me katsudon yesterday. Ochako woke up, and I pulled her even closer to me while hugging her. She looked up at me with a slight blush. Izu, she said and turned around. How was your sleep? Good. I smiled. Well, Izu, she said and turned back to face me as she got closer and closer. Her face is too close, just like yesterday. I'm going to go wake up the children, I said nervously, getting out of bed and walking out of the bedroom. I am not prepared to kiss her yet. I walked towards Ari's room and opened the door. I saw Ari sleeping peacefully with Cora right beside her. I need to buy a spare mattress for guests. I knocked onto her door saying, Ari, it's time to get up. She slowly woke up and smiled as she saw me. Good morning, Papa, she said, sitting up in bed. I walked towards her and picked her up in my arms, being careful not to wake up Koda. She kissed me on my cheek and hugged me. Good morning, princess, I said and smiled. Would you like to help me make breakfast? Yes, she shouted, waking up Koda. Koda sat up as he began rubbing his eyes open. Ari. I put Ari down and she grabbed Koda's hand. Let's go have breakfast. She dragged him out of bed as she headed towards the kitchen. I walked out along with them. I saw Ochako giggling, saying, Pajama morning, huh? Yeah. Ari said with a smile. All of us make breakfast and sat down to eat it after we were finished. Ochako and I would take turns washing the dishes while the other changes into our school uniforms. I put on my jacket and shoes as I walked out of the bedroom. Ochako had finished washing the dishes and was now straightening Ari's uniform. Promoted stories. You'll also like Winanihahodine 490K26K. Warning, warning, party Tathkuma Samiki Lutatyautna Youth Kamatal. Eliuik Kyawantotalo Teshinpyanatal. Kankauntar Tathkik Suk Kyawantatko Mamhadmapu. H. Katamashite CEO Nay. Moj Nesnij Malchik. Tai Prosti Mina za Adu Dro. 7.9K 244. Mozit, Ado Bilo Lubovu. DC Superhero Girls Zatanna, Z Zatara, X Ma. 21.4K 193. A new student who is a magician meets a beautiful girl who is a magician like him. Number 1 on Zizatara, January 29, 21, the 6th of April 22, March 17, 23, the 10th of July 24. Ishq Ki Kahani. 4.6M 252K in quad. Stop trying to act like my fiancé because I don't give a damn about you. And quad. His words echoed through the room, breaking my remaining hopes. Alize, the badass. Forever. Mono X6, Little Nightmares. 18.5K 750. Cover by Gabawook, the sequel to the first book in the series, and quad, together, and quad. I highly recommend you read that book first so you can be all caught up on the events. Rain, adopted. 114K 3.2K. This is an adopted story from at M_Spriggs titled Rain, that I will be adding onto. Corkless a one day, as Ochako Uraraka walked back to Ua, she found herself caught in. Arranged to Love, an arranged marriage story. 18.2K 518. It's a story where two people come together, one thinks it's destiny whereas another think it's luck. Their journey with their friends with lot of twists and turns. But, look daddy, I'm going to school, she said with a smile. Yes you are Ari, I said, returning the smile. Izu, your tie is a little. Ochako paused and walked up towards me, wonky. I chuckled. Yeah, I didn't really have anyone to show me how to tie a tie, so every time I try one side in longer than the other it just looks all weird in. Can I fix it? Ochako cut me off with a sweet smile. Sure. I blushed as she stood in front of me, fixing my tie. After that, she looked up at me, which made me blush even more. Can I hold your hand when we walk to school? She hesitated to say. She is probably nervous to ask because I am too afraid to kiss her and I keep running away. I nodded and she grabbed my hand shortly after. Tilda Ochako Pav Tilda. Izuku is my boyfriend, and I can hold his hand. Koda, can I fix your tie? I looked over to see Eri smiling and Koda in his school uniform with red shoes. He was slightly blushing and shook his hands in front of him, denying the action. Eri looked confused and shrugged saying, okay, let's go to school now. Deku and I handed Koda and Eri a candy apple so that they could eat it together as we all walked to school. Izu was holding Koda's hand, despite him pretending to not care, while I was holding Eri's hand. With this Izu and I holding hands and chatting while we were walking. Suddenly we all heard a high-pitched scream getting closer and closer. We all turned to see Mina smiling like crazy with Hagakure jumping up and down. My ship, it's sailing. Let's hope we don't get deaf from this. How did this happen? Hagakure said and ran up to us along with Mina. I blushed. What do you mean? This, Mina yelled pointing at Izu and I holding hands while Eri just smiled. This what? I nervously chuckled letting go of Izuku's hand. I don't know if Izu wants me to tell them about peer relationship, even. Though it just started yesterday. I turned to look at Deku for some help but I just saw his blushing and looking away nervously. Todoroki was already next to him asking some questions while Iida was saying something about how Deku might have a fever. He is so cute but, he is making it so obvious something is up. Mina looked at me in disbelief as the rest of the girls strolled up. Can we all just talk, please? I want to know what juicy stuff is happening. Mina said. Wait, what juicy stuff? Suddenly Momo blushed. Sue looked away. Jiro started playing with her ear jacks while Eri just happily ate the last bite of her candy apple. What happened? I asked. That's what I want to know. Hagakure joined in. Ochako, I turned to see Deku-kun staring at me. We have to drop off the kids, he reminded me. Oh right, I said and turned back towards that girls, later guys. I started walking towards Izu and Koda saying, let's go drop them off Izu, and I held his hand again smiling brightly. Koda was now standing next to Eri. We all held hands again and started walking away from the group. Quote. Wait a second, we all turned to see Mina grinning like crazy. You called her by her first name, and you called him by his first name, wait. It was a nickname too. Mina looked as if she hit the jackpot of the century and started smiling while Kirishima was trying to calm her down. She is going to question us. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I smiled, turned, and looked at Izu, Korra and Eri. Everyone looked frightened. Even Koda looks like he knows danger when he sees it. Guys, I said with a smile as I heard Mina getting closer, run. We all nodded and quickly ran off to their new classroom with Izu carrying Koda and me carrying Eri. So I accidentally deleted this chapter. I had to rewrite everything but it's here now. Again. Mumbles I'm so clumsy. Hope everyone is staying healthy and stay safe everyone. Tilda the Final Night Fury. Where stories live. Discover now.